Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now guys, before I get into the main topic, there are two things which have been annoying me recently, and I need to just touch on them for a minute or two because it just annoys me, the level of hypocrisy and gutter principles that we have within us as Jamaicans. The first one pertains to the love life of our politicians. Now, one of these rumors, the rumor of a certain politician and a certain male and female politicians has been going on now for at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. And there seems to be no end in sight. It seems to be getting worse. But why are we doing this? Why we have put Rhoda and Andrew Pum Pum and Buddy pan we head? Like really? Are they doing anything that the whole of no nah do? And why? Just because they are ministers of government that make them any different from that they should be held to a higher standard as to where they put their private parts compared to the rest of we? I say no. First of all, where they put their private parts and what they do with it cannot affect how they do their work. If they are efficient in what they do for Jamaica, or they are inefficient in what they do for Jamaica, either way, it will remain the same. And we don't really stop it. Notwithstanding them being public figures, now, being a public figure doesn't mean that people are supposed to be out there discussing your private parts and what you do with it and who with. It is just plain wrong. And some of you might say this is a moral issue because the one is a married individual, Ray. So what about the rest of you who attack? Phone life perfect? Does that make uno less human or more human than them? And it seems to be mostly the women. Like what? Jamaican women? Condemning another Jamaican woman? Uno from the jacket capital of the world? Like really? Man, listen, this is a new law. Leave the people in private business alone and come out of it. That some of you people who are trying to condemn, who are condemning these people, think of your life, your private life and the way you live it. And if 10% of that get out, you can't left on the yard tomorrow morning. You just need to stop it. Take people, teapot and people, pum pum, off on the agenda and go find something to do. Because whatever they do with their parts, it does not affect the price of saltfish tomorrow morning, one way or the other. Make it cheaper or make it more expensive. Just stop it. Alright? Please, do for me. And the second thing, we have one Jamaican citizen named Mackerel. Now, I honestly don't know what she get herself involved in with the Guyanese people, but they seem to be up in arms against her. Now, we all know that Mackerel is not the brightest bulb in the ceiling. Therefore, Mackerel kinda look like she's not full 100 in her head. So, I don't know why the Guyanese people would even take her seriously anyway. But that's not my problem. That's not the problem that I see. The problem is that there are a lot of Jamaicans who seem to be semi-retarded like Mackerel. I go and I build up the stress and I try to cause problem with the Guyanese people also and I stretch out the thing. I just think that we are Caribbean countries and all of us are one people. And anybody who try to cause strife between us, they are evil. There are very wonderful Jamaicans. There are wonderful Guyanese. There are quite wonderful human beings in the entire Caribbean, and we should be living out as one and not building up strife. And you Jamaicans who are pressuring this thing, only if you tell salt mackerel or king mackerel or jack mackerel or what, figure us hold our corner and make the thing dead down. Because I am not going to hate one Guyanese for anything that they have said. They have been hurting for whatever reason. I don't know the reason, and I really don't care. Because if Mackerel was a different character, maybe I would have even looked into it. But Mackerel is not even worth it. Sorry, and I'm a Jamaican and I'm saying that because it's the truth. So, guys, there are those two very low. You no get lower than a snake's belly when you no stress on those two little issues, and you just need for just stop it. You stop it. Rise to a higher level. Rise to a higher standard and show the world that you can think on a higher plane than these little two ghetto, these two gutter matters that you guys take up. You no need to stop it. Yeah? Because we're not going to entertain them little choppiness over here. So I'm not entertaining them. I want to spread peace and love and joy across the Caribbean, and that's it. And I love every Caribbean country, and I think we are one people. Although Jamaicans, we're slightly better than the rest of them still, but we are still one people. Get it? So them are my two little gripe today. Now, let me get to the main story. A few days ago, I brought a story which featured this lady we call Millie, who was killed in the Linstead bus station back there in 2020. Well, on the face of it at the time, I thought I was really sorry for Millie because I did not get the full story. Well, not that I don't still regret what happened to her, but now I have to look at her whole situation differently. Well, it had been said, speak no evil of the dead, but the world has got to learn lessons from the past. And so, if they learn lessons, they will not repeat the things that can hurt them. To the best of my knowledge, I hear that she had 3 sons. And basically the 2 biggest ones were rogues from the going school. They gave trouble in school and they were suspended on several occasions. And when they left school, they kept giving trouble just the same. As a matter of fact, from in the early teens, they were mixing with bad company and were running with the wrong crowd. And for some reason, this made Millie very, very proud. Once Millie heard that her sons were firing guns, Lord God, at that time Millie get on her high horses. Nobody couldn't chat to her again. Because fear boy, them a bad man. Them a gunman. But bear in mind, that Millie was a gangalee from morning. It's not like, say, she became a gangalee when her kids were firing guns. She was a gangalee from Shaban. And she was always a troublemaker in the community. But some people have said that it's she who pushed her children to become gunmen. But whatever the case, they took the mother's temperament. And a little fight, she fight me here and beat half yell. And threaten people. And the thing is, most of the stolen goods where her son them go get come off her yard. So Millie was like a mini Ma Baker. But Millie, to the best of my knowledge, didn't go out on any of these exploits with them. But they had her full 100% support. There was one case where somebody told me that when police came to the house one time and dig up the house, because police dig up the house several times, about 5 or 6 times, during the course of these boys' exploits. And Millie take the guns that the boys had and she put them in the washing machine and turn it on. Or I don't know if the washing machine was on before, but she put them inside the washing machine and the washing machine spinning. But she wrapped them in pants foot so they won't rattle. And the police came and searched and even opened the washing machine, but seeing that was wet clothes spinning, they left. I hear that one of the times she even went into a bar right there in the community that she heard that this bar girl was intimate or intended to get intimate with her husband. and she go to the bar and rip off the girl clothes, rip her off, rip the girl clothes off her and leave her naked. And tell the girl that she will run away because if she don't move out of the area, she can make her son them kill her. Yeah man, Millie was feared just as much as her sons, even though apparently, or it seemingly, she wasn't firing the guns herself. But for all intent and purposes, they were a team. As a matter of fact, they were such a menace in this community and in the surrounding areas that the one I spoke of in that story, he became so enraged by the level of toxicity that they were bringing to the community that Bull wanted them to say, listen, tell them to stop them behavior there or we're going to do something about it. So the brothers now decide to gun for Bull. But Bull done them first. And the reason why Bull went after the mother was because she was part and parcel of what was going on. She was not a bystander. So this is not really a case of Kwaku catch him shot. They were actually gunning for her specifically because she was a part of she was a part of what was going on with her sons. The first son, the one who died, the first one was the eldest one who died. He was 27 years old. It was Delvin Dunn. And the second one was Deval Dunn. And they were taken out, one was taken out on the 18th of November 2017. And the other one was taken out on the 16th of December, same year. So that was just 28 days apart. But one of the saddest things with all of this, what the ironies of this, Millie was a church-going woman and she tell everybody every day that she in our church and she in our church and God this and God that and God that. Sadly, the evilest among us always find themselves in church. And I can understand that. It's the place you can go where you can get away with all kind of shite because once you say God, nobody know to look upon you as evil again. So you can just go to any rapist, any pedophile, any thief, any con man. Just put on a robe or take up a Bible and you're good. That's how black people stay. You don't need nothing more to use and pull the wool over them eyes and exploit them. But Millie thing did too bad, so she couldn't get away with it. Because the whole community knew what she was up to. So after she buried her two sons, she leave the community and she run go England. But while over there, boy, she couldn't, it's like she couldn't stay there. So she decided to come back to Jamaica. And when she come back to Jamaica, she went and lived in the same house. But she thought that people had forgotten. But nobody not forget. That is one thing, You see when you mix up in a badness, you can't just one day decide to turn over a new leaf. Because your past evil is going to follow you. Because it reached a stage, She got this job with transport authorities as a transport inspector. And she had to leave her area by 5:15 every morning. So she leave her house 5, come down on the main and get there so that when the transport the taxis start run at 5:15, she would catch the first one to go into Linstead and take something to go to Spanish Town where her office was. But word got around to taximen say them no fi carry her because she can dead at any time. So no taximan wasn't picking her up. But she got a taximan from out of the area, who didn't know what was going on. And she chartered him to come to and pick her up every morning and take her into Linstead. But somebody tip off the taximan and say, listen, the reason why she had take you is because none of the taximen who run the route are not going to pick her up because they fear for their lives. They have been warned. So him eventually stopped also. So I don't know what she had used, what method she had used to get into Linstead Bus Park in the mornings, but that was really the situation with her. So them just lay away her right there in the bus park and just nyam her food. The moral of the story is, people, make uno pick them, grow uno pick them right. Do not encourage them into badness. When you encourage your children into badness, it's going to reach you too. This is Jamaica. A word to the wise is sufficient. He who have ears to hear, let them hear. There are too many cases of these, in fact, for people not to have learned. But for whatever good it will do, it is only fair that I put this out there as one of life's lessons and to encourage mothers, especially mothers, to do better. And to bring up kids right so you do not face the backlash. Because as in all things, if you sow the wind, you shall reap the whirlwind. Thank you guys for listening. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.